Yo, Lily, how are we? Apologies, I was just getting set up there. Damn, you were quick on it. How are we keeping anyways? It's been way too long, yeah. It has been a while, actually. Don't blame you now in that regard. I know I've been streaming games that wouldn't really be your thing. So don't worry, I don't take any I don't take any malice from it, if you get me. I mean, I don't expect you to be there for, well, I don't expect you to be there for any stream, but in particular games you don't like. How's things anyways? Oh god, that's horrible to hear. Well, hopefully it gets better soon. I'm just testing something real quick because Botrix has joined. Okay, so that works. Just gonna type this to test. For some reason, it's not appearing on my screen. Did this to me the other day as well, actually. Bear with me a second. Ah, now it's working. There we go. Just making sure it was appearing up. Schoolwork's kicking your backside, honestly, that's terrible. Hopefully it gets better. With a bit of luck anyways. Now, I'm going to ask if you're up for a couple of games, but considering you've got... Oh, you're getting in already? Love it. Can't lie, I wasn't sure if you wanted to play or if you just wanted to relax, but fair play. More than welcome in. Alright, now just setting up. Where are we here? A more professional person would have this all kind of sorted already, but that's not me. Hi Ruben, how are we, mate? Why were there no Fall Guys streams? No reason in particular, to be honest. It's just just when the AFC had kind of launched, I was kind of getting the content out for that. Like, as much as I like playing Fall Guys, I kind of have to try and grow the channel too, we'd say. So I have to go for stuff that features as well on channels and videos and things like that, if you get me. And unfortunately, Fall Guys, when you look at the views on YouTube at the minute, I mean, it doesn't even show in the top 30 there. Yeah, we'll wait, there's no worries. Yeah, it's like I said, it's something I'll still keep in the rotation and that, for definite. Weirdly, I thought I had more stuff. Fall Guys. It's one of them that a new update could come along, rake new maps, and all of a sudden, bang, it's back on top. At the minute, it's not quite up there, if you get me. Hopefully it gets back to it though, because I do enjoy playing it. But we'll see what happens with it. See, it's just a thing from a streamer perspective. We'd say, "Oh, easy lad, how are we?" From a streamer perspective, I kind of have to go where the views are. Now, obviously, if I'm not enjoying the game where the views are, I ain't going to be streaming it. But same with videos and stuff like that. How was all Z anyways? All good, lad? Oh, of course you can self-promote. 100%. You can also use the Discord to do that as well. Hopefully we got this. I'm going to be very, very rusty. So don't expect much from me is what I'm saying. Oh god. Took myself out. Well, that happened. And I was doing so well. Come on. Here. Ah, I love it, see. You smashing out any rivals today or anything? Try and get the points back up. Was watching Keats enough for you? You did? Ooh. 100 points on the dot. Love it. You going back into qualifiers, Z? Or are you waiting until later in the week? Because I'd recommend waiting until later. No, I'm still going to try and keep, let's say, 1 to 2 Fall Guys streams in the week if I can. It's just one of them that if no one kind of turns up for it, then that's not a knock on anyone. It's just, like I said, it's not something that people are overly looking for at the minute. I thought the latest update might bring it kind of back into the limelight, but it didn't. Not as such anyways. You think the PS4 is going into the garbage bin? Has it been that fun? Not NVR, lad, how are we? Sorry, I just seen that. Oh my god, that just happened. McTominay, oh mate, stop. All the slating I've given him. All the slating I've given him and he does that today. And I wouldn't mind, but a Maguire assist to go with it. The big bungus. Yeah, Z, honestly, I would recommend upgrading when you can. I mean, it's easy for me to say, like, it does cost quite a pretty penny. But if we're being brutally honest, EFC on old gen has kind of had its day. What should your first vid be about? Truthfully, it kind of depends on what sort of channel you want to be. For example, I see quite a few bits of art shorts that you've put up. So, it could always be like a tutorial on art, depending on like what you want to be. Like for example, I don't have any skills like that. I don't even have skills at gaming, which is why I've got mainly kind of funny gaming videos or bits that happen and stuff like that. So it's you want to find out what your niche is basically. What type of channel do you want to have? Once you figure that out, the video ideas will come from it. Until you've got that down though, I wouldn't say not do anything, I just kind of prepare your ideas. The hardest part with YouTube in particular is research, as daft as that might sound. It's very easy to hit a go live button and go from there, would say, but when it comes to videos and stuff, you need to kind of have an idea of what you're going to do for the day. Like for example, there's one I put out a few days ago that did quite well. It's basically Pro Clubs, which was me and Keats, and Z was in it, Doc was in it, a couple of others. And essentially we were just playing Pro Clubs. A lot of fun. I think the reason it did quite well is just because it came across as being fun. If you don't have a plan, it's kind of one of them. You could throw stuff up to try. Shorts in particular is one way of doing it, and I see you have a few of them. Just depends. How are we on points here? 4th. Okay, so I need to survive for another bit yet. Not like that, I won't. Like I said, not like that, I won't. Might do gaming videos or vlogs. Hi Jake lad, how are we? Depends on what you want it to be. That's the real question I'd have for you. I can't complain, lad. All's good. Just having a bit of a chill Fall Guys stream, especially after yesterday's yesterday's high blood pressure stream. And I mean high blood pressure. You jumped off, I fell off. Okay, my worst nightmare. Especially when I'm out of practice. Really? What's the randomer doing? Oh god. Had a really shite day at work, an argument at work. Life's great. Oh man. That bad. Nothing worse than that, honestly. What do you do if you don't mind me asking? Nothing worse than that. Especially considering the hours you're putting in. Like last I checked, like you were up at 4 o'clock in the morning the other night. Working satisfactory freaking. Okay. Jesus. It's like you were up at 4 o'clock in the morning the night. Yeah, that randomer kind of screwed us there. Nah, no harm. I mean, that's mad hours, like. It's no harm. We move. Well, you see, I don't take this too serious. Would be not optimal for team game. Yeah, that's it, exactly. Oh, okay, I'm even at this tennis. Yeah, I know, but it's frustrating. Like, I get it. Like, the problem is, like, you still, even when you know you're leaving, you've got a certain degree of professionalism. I won't say what pride in your work, but you know what I mean. Like, you still feel obligated to do your job. And if you're anything like myself, when people aren't doing that, you get a bit peeved. The standards. Wicked. Yeah, I like that, Jake. The standards, and you kind of want to make sure that they're being met. And if not, I know that would cause me to get pissed off too. So I get where you're coming from. Even if you're dipping on in like in the week, you still feel like it has to be met. Or at least that's the way I've come across it anyways. It's that bad, I just walk out and go home and I had it with them myself. Yeah, like... So that's the thing, when you know you're getting out of there, that's when real emotions start coming up and you're kind of going, why am I even doing this today? Not worth my time and effort. It's like, it's easy for me to sit here and say, oh, don't sweat it, mate, it'd be grand, like, you've only got a few days to do. At the same time, I get paid off myself. So the reason you hadn't done it, or probably won't do it, is you still have your professional integrity. Again, I won't say pride in your work, but like, you have your level of work, if you know what I mean. Where you just feel like it's got to be done to that standard irrespective. Or at least that's how I usually look at it. But you'll always get that in different jobs, and even the new one you go to, there's going to be people that are just going to be, how would I put it, half-assed. Unfortunately. There's always that, we'd say, group of individuals, usually minority, that get away with doing bugger all. It's in every job. But one thing I will say is, at least you can go home knowing you've done your job. So that's the way I always look at it. I said it's that way in most aspects. Report tomorrow again, Jenny don't want to be. Yeah, look. I try. It's easy for me to say, "Oh, don't let it get to you." But I just try to get in with it and go, right, I know I've only got a couple of days. Keep my work level up. And when I'm out of there, I'm out of there. I'm done. I don't have to worry about it. So the worst thing you can do, and I've done it before in the past myself, is where you end up bringing your work home with you. And then it usually puts you in a bad mood for the rest of the day. The one thing you'll learn later on is, like, leave it at the door if you get me. The moment you clock out, that's it. Out of mind, out of sight kind of thing. If you keep letting it in your head like that, it just frustrates the hell out of you as the evening goes on. Again, it's easy to say switch off. But that's kind of the way you kind of need to be able to do it. Just for your own sanity. Actually, I might go in for 10 minutes, see what I'm meant to be doing and walk out again. Again, I wouldn't blame you. Like, genuinely wouldn't blame you. Like, how would I put it? I'm trying to think of the best way. But like, you kind of have to, if you're not enjoying it, it's very hard to put yourself into it. You feel threat. Yeah, exactly, mate. I can't do jack. And legally, they still have to pay you for the days for the rest of the week. My laptop logic 40% equals 30 minutes. I mean, mine's literally plugged in all the time. I don't think I ever take it off. Give us something. 30% equals 50 minutes. I genuinely don't think I've ever unplugged mine. My laptop is essentially a desktop. It just sits there. Okay, this could be ropes. Let's try and go rogue. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'll keep it. I'll keep that one to myself. Fell out. Oh, no, I'll get to that in 2 seconds. Apologies. We're actually in big trouble here. Yeah, I mean, we're out. I don't refuse to what products that today because I don't develop manager. I'm gonna then share the chick say this, that. She's known for it while she was on shouting at you. Ah, power trip. I'm assuming she's either recently became manager or we say through a family, or through the family. Yeah, that last game is so random at times, Ruben. That's like the third time that's come up from me. Oh, Lily's gone. She's having to show, but she's lost control of the situation. I couldn't have made it more clear. They didn't want to talk to anyone. We'll give Lily a second just in case. Yeah, look, again, I'm assuming Power Trip is what she was on. I'd say she's crashed, yeah, because she's showing us online. We get her back in. Actually, hold on. She's offline now, actually. I've known a few people like that over the years, though, where they either inherit the job or... How would I put it? Either inherit the job or just kind of got it through nepotism. And it usually goes to their head. So again, I wouldn't take it all with a pinch of salt in that regard, even though it's easier said than done. I might go in for a duo just in case. She might just be resetting. Oh, exactly. It's poor management. Love that. But it's genuinely just poor management. Like, you do come across someone, they're just not capable of it. They get the role either, we'd say, from being there for X amount of years, or just because it's your favourite. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's some people that are we'd say the higher ups golden one, and it's a case of opportunity comes up and they get handpicked for it. This is really you definitely won't see a world record from me unless you're on about how slow it is. Oh, I'm so out of practice with this. Look at that. That is disgustingly bad from me. That's a bit better from me. But yeah, you do get some of that, Jake, honestly. As I said, I'm assuming they got it through favoritism more than actual qualifications. But it is what it is, mate. Again, look on the right side, you're out there next week. There's always a silver lining. Like, you'll never have to put up with that crap again. It's from times out. Well, I mean, usually it's me that's stinking it up, so I'm glad for once it isn't. Here's something that fall out, leaving the terms, how to do, and I doubt. Again, professional pride. Like, that's easier said than done. What an issue. As long as you can walk out of that job with your head held high, knowing you've done everything you could at the time, it's all that matters. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can leave that job and go, yeah, I've done everything I can do there. No one can question anything after that. That's the one thing I'll always say. You can leave if you can leave a job knowing that your integrity is intact. You've done everything asked. If you've done everything you could. I said gate crash. You got your start date. No, but no, that's what I always look at. You can come out head held high. If that don't matter. Genuinely doesn't matter. Oh, I'm having an absolute poo show here. What am I doing? Well, thank God you basically made it through first there, because my brain switched off. Exactly what Z said. What it comes down to. Either that, or else find out where your boss lives, take a poo in a bag and light it up on fire and leave it on the doorstep. Go for a classic. You might have to, Ruben. Because I'm so out of practice at this, don't expect much from me. I mean, I might just hit every obstacle on my way through. I mean, there's a good chance that I will hit every obstacle, but there we go. Now we're back to honking. You've two bosses, one is direct across the street from you, she's... And again, on the doorstep, in a paper bag, light it up. Now, obviously don't start a house fire when you do it. Make sure there's nothing flammable there. I mean, better yet, just go over in the middle of the night, don't bother with the bag, and just leave one on the doorstep. So use that when she walks out in the morning, she stands straight in it. Or, if you really want to punish her, start a live stream, load up EAFC, and get her to grind champs. I mean, I'm not sure which is worse in that regard. Making her play foot champs or burning bag of poo. It is debatable. You're not arguing foot champs. I mean, the level of sweat, isn't it? Bag of poo's gone once you cleaned it. Bloody hell, playing foot champs lives with you for a while. Genuinely, and I've been saying this to a few people, it's not just you, Jay. The first week of champs is genuinely the worst week to play. Because you have a lot of people that have only kind of getting on the game and they might be building out squads and doing squad battles and stuff yet to get players in, doing a bit of trade and stuff like that. They've not even got the rivals points yet. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be too upset about it currently. Okay, why is there nothing in the middle? Ooh. Crap. Do you know what I mean? The first week is the worst week. After that, I'd say you'll have no issue. Wow, first and second week. I mean, Z had the same fate as well. Played 2 rival games tonight. Drew 2-all, once for Newtons and lost 5-1. What changes after the first couple of weeks, genuinely, is more people actually start trying to qualify. More of your casuals, we'd say. Because currently what you've got are the die-hard ones that are either playing it from early access, or the ones that have got it on full release and are literally just grinding the crap out of it. It's all gameplay from them. Full teamwork, yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's genuinely because there's no real casuals on. Ooh. Yeah, I get you on that one. I was, no, I'm not gonna lie to you. At one point on champs, I was 1-7. Old gen did cross my mind, but then I was like, if I go streaming old gen on, people are gonna be like, well, why is he on old gen? So I kind of had to grin and bear it, if you know what I mean. I had to go for it and kind of hold out, but I can't lie, it wasn't pleasant, but it should get a bit easier. Like Z can tell you now, a streamer we know called Keats got on the sticks normally. He last year a few 19-1, we'd say 18-2s and stuff like that, and he decided to play new gen. I think, what did he get in the end? Was it 11-9 he got in the end? Go on, Ruben. You're classy, mate. How are we? Ain't the sweats in the end and the beginning of this game? Yes. Yes, it is. See, what'll happen when it comes to champs over the next... We say starting from next weekend onwards, you'll see a lot more casuals get into it. But as time goes on, the casuals will drop it. Oh, good lad, can't complain. Just having a bit of a chill Fall Guys stream. Especially after EAFC the last couple of days. Jesus. You doubt you'll be playing in 2 months' time? I genuinely don't know what I'll be doing when it comes to it. Oh, mate, it's dead as putting it politely. Like, in 2 months' time, I could genuinely see myself probably focusing more on clubs, if I've been honest. Because as it is at this moment in time, there's no content in it. There's nothing worth grinding out. The objectives are mid. Like, you can't join. That's no worries. You're all right. That's what I don't get. I can't win, so it's the end of the game and not begin horrible stuff. Oh, the clubs is definitely clear. 100% clear. See, what's going on at the minute when it comes to it, early game is you're still learning what works for you and how to change up your style, we'd say. Like, I give you an example. My style in FIFA is usually pass, and find an opening and exploit it. Tenevie love that. The problem with trying tiki-taka on new gen is if your connection's a bit iffy, like mine can be, you kind of have to change your style up a bit. Get from striker to centre back. I can't lie to you. I normally play, if there's a good few in like that, I'll usually just go right back. Let everyone else have the fun up the pitch. I'm more there for the vibes than anything. Man, the red cards in the game are an absolute joke. I'll give a red card for the most, like, almost nothing. And then you can absolutely destroy someone and get nothing. Ref will look at you and say, well, what's wrong? Play on, boys. I didn't see nothing wrong. And you're kind of looking at it going, are you serious? I don't get it. You know what you got set off for. This is the thing. I swear, every FIFA would say an EAFC. Well, I say FIFA, an EAFC would say is the same code. Let's not pretend it's new. Like, there's always an issue with refs at launch. Like, every year. No foul. Gotta go soon, not completely without stream. Okay, no worries. But every year, I swear, like, there's like some sort of an issue with refs and things like that. And every year, goalkeepers are tragic to me at the start. And then what they end up doing is the first patch comes along and it kind of gives you an idea what the rest of the game is going to be. Which does worry me. Because I do fear for what the first patch is going to do to the game. It's very rare I do, Ruben. Let's be honest here. Like, first patch is vital for this game, because how would I put it? Yeah, 31% correct is accurate. 100%. Like, if they don't get this first patch right, you'll see a lot more players drop. Let's do a heist. See, the game knows, or sorry, Streamlab knows. 87% cracked. Z, you're my right wing. Planting balls on people's heads. Sometimes footballs too. Yeah, look, it's how would I put it? The first patch will either cure the game or kill the game, depending on. Because right now, people are kind of on the fence when it comes to it. Like, even stream views are down. Like, I was speaking to Cody about it in Discord. Like, and his viewership would be kind of down a bit from what it would normally be for the first few weeks of the game in particular. Normally you kind of get a surge in viewers. Now, usually, like, you won't keep them all, obviously, but you'll get, like, a boost, we'd say, to begin with. I almost got killed by a flying box. Yeah, normally, like, your viewership would be kind of well up for the start. But I know Cody's is down quite well, and the one person I've used to gauge viewership at the minute for EAFC and how all over the place it is. If you look at last day, it was big. His Road to Glory is usually, like, you know, one of the biggest ones throughout the year. And the very first episode he did, right, had, bear with me now, I know it's 267k views on his very first episode of it. If you fast forward, now obviously we won't use today's one because today's one is only just up. But we fast forward to 3 days ago and 4 days ago respectively, 41,000 and 44,000. Like, he's down to about 80% of the viewer base from what his first episode had. Like, that's insane. For his viewership to have dropped that much in, we'd say, not even 2 weeks. Like, I don't know, is that how people just aren't arsed about A Road to Glory anymore because it seems to be, like, too easy to do? Or is it just genuinely people are just like, no, I'm not bothered with the game anymore? But it just seems insane to me to have that sort of decrease in viewers in 2 weeks. Saying focus some bugs on Switch, like auto grabbing while off for points that show. Aha! Content's dreadful, what the hell they're thinking. They genuinely don't know what they're doing. Rangers play tomorrow. Go on. Who have you got tomorrow, actually? Because I won't bring up the Aberdeen game from last week. Hey, on the plus side, you're not getting lamps anymore. Look at the positive. Because, I mean, like I said, at that point when you were linked with Lampard, I would have cried. St. Mirren, okay. I mean, I know you're not in the best of form, but surely to God that's 3 points. I get postponed because of the rain you're getting. Mate, we are getting absolutely pelted with rain too. Which didn't help my connection yesterday because we had a storm here. Having said that, for some reason my connection when it comes to FIFA is always a bit up and down. Half a month's rain in 2 days, Jesus Christ. No, Isaac. How are we? Ooh, one achievement to 100%. Go on then. See? I think the first patch was supposed to actually come this week from the AFC, and of course they managed to absolutely butcher that and not get it out in time. You're doing fine, go on. Oh, playing grounded, go on. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did see that when it first launched, we'd say, and kind of put it on the back burner to try, and I never did get around to it. No, oh god. Just got hit in the face with some big balls. Not a statement or something you actually want. Well, depends what you're into. Yeah, see, this is the thing. Grounded kind of was one of them that I'd probably get freaked out at some point. Only on weekends. Oh yeah, actually, it is Saturday, so only on Sundays, we'll say. That's something that I must look at adding into streams. I did actually quite like the way that pops up. I'm assuming he's doing that on a stream deck, is he? Which is something I don't have. That or he's got a shortcut set on his computer for it. Do you know what, mate? It's honestly so funny because when I just see him there in the background of it, like you kind of see him like, I won't say zoning out, but not in a bad way, because obviously they have fun with doing it. But you just kind of see him there at times, and he's like, "What am I supposed to do here?" To crack me up. So I think when Danny's in, would say, not in the best humour when the game's going against them, if you get me. That's kind of when Cody kind of tries to help him get out of the rut, if you know what I mean. I mean, there's a lot of things that only takes me 1 second, but Lily Leapers is not one of them. I mean, I could fire chair shots myself like that. Nah, God. I mean, we'll take it. Yeah, I can tell Danny does, like, to be honest. Yeah, I think I was asking Cody about that because the only reason I was asking him, I was just kind of wondering how Call of Duty streams do in general, if you get me. Because I am tempted to get it. Just because I wouldn't mind having the shooter on the channel. First and second, love it. Like, I'll give you an example. Actually, you can't see it there. Had re-downloaded Apex. Haven't played Apex since it first launched. Tempted to test it out, but at the same time, I will have absolutely no skills in it because, again, not really played it. But I do feel like there's room on YouTube for a shooter game, we'd say, to do well. Do you know what I mean? But again, I'd be a complete noob at it. I've not played shooters properly for a long time. My biggest issue is, and this is before I even started streaming, a new game will come out, Muggins here will go and order it, and then oops. I think I saw that reinstalled it out there. See, this is the thing, I reinstalled there about, I'd say 4 or 5 days ago. I've not touched it since. It feels like deja vu. It's actually true, that. Ooh. This could be interesting. Yeah, I reinstalled it and I basically played 2 rounds of it when it installed, and that was kind of all I did. Just to test to see what it looked like. As in on stream and that, just through OBS. Because I mean, I'm using a cheap ass capture card and not gonna lie to you, a half-baked laptop. So I said I'd try it. It doesn't look too bad. It looks okay. Nothing special. But even then, I'm not sure there's going to be too many people interested in watching a new play Apex. Now I was trying to get Keats on it, but trying to get Keats to play a different game is rough. I mean, literally, it's the two suggestions he had are Rocket League and Fortnite. Rocket League I don't have much interest in, and Fortnite, I mean, I can't build. I'm not even going to pretend. I installed it about a month ago. Did get a couple of solo wins on it off stream and that, but I don't think it's one for me to be playing on stream. Not when I've got to look at the bloody controller when I'm trying to build. You know what I mean? That's the level I'm at. So we'll see. I'll consider it, but sure, no worries. Did I see the goal on Anna? I can see it. Oh mate, please. Honestly. Genuinely. I said this about 2 months ago, right? That I didn't think United should be replacing De Gea this season. I'm not saying De Gea was perfect. Far from it. But the one thing I did say about De Gea was he was established. Like, he was used to the pressure of playing in goal for Man United. He had 10 years of it. He had his own coach at the club, his own goalkeeping coach that they brought in. He settled. The back four knew him. The back four knew his strengths and weaknesses, and more importantly, he knew the strengths and weaknesses of the back four, which are quite plain to be seen. So, I have no idea what I've just done. I am not even paying attention here. Replace the shot stopper for a midfielder now. This is the thing, like, they literally, and I'm not trolling when I say this, they bought someone that can play out from the back. Now I remember when City did it to Joe Hart. Right? Binned off Joe Hart for Claudio Bravo, and then basically what happened was Bravo he couldn't perform under the pressure. And there was pressure at City that time because there was expectations of them to do something. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you've got expectations on your shoulders, it's very hard to actually perform to that level. Unfortunately, I think Onana could become a victim of that. I hope I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am, unfortunately, in this case. I think he's going to struggle continuously. No, you're not. Like, the thing is, Ederson's the best goalkeeper from playing out the back. I hate saying it because he's a Liverpool player, but I have to call Alisson the best all-rounded keeper. Great at everything, master of nothing, if you know what I mean. Oh. No. That'd be an interesting final. Like, Courtois is probably the best at, we'd say, of commanding his area. De Gea on his day was the best shot stopper, but could also have an absolute brain fart enemy drop a clanger. Like, I'd call Alisson the best all round. problem with Onana is he's gone in there now. He hasn't had the same back four once in front of him. And in general, he's not had a good start. He doesn't even look in shape. Which is a weird thing to say, but he genuinely looks like he's carrying a bit extra timber than what he normally would. I know where he's Ruben. But like, let's just say he looks like he enjoyed his summer off and continues to. Now look, the one thing I will say is Ten Hag did drop him previously when he was at Ajax because he wasn't performing. He's probably going to have to do the same thing here again yet, because just to get him out of the firing line. But the only issue is if he does do that, that's his confidence gone. Like, once you drop your number one keeper like that, it's very hard for him to come back from that. Like, we'll see. I hope I'm wrong, and I'm hoping he just finds himself again, but genuinely speaking, once goalkeepers go through a patch like that, it's very hard that they recover from it and come through it. Oh god, no! Missed it. No! Headed into the house he's never played before. We got to leave chat. It's cool. It's no worries. No, like, the thing is though, at Inter, he had an established defensive line in front of him already. Like, at Man United currently, there's so much rotation there. Through injuries, of course, like, that's the real reason. I mean, again, today, back four was bloody Lindelof at left back, Slabhead and Evans at centre half, and Dalot at right back. I mean, bloody hell, that'd frighten me playing in goal too. Like, genuinely, if that's what I had in front of me, I'd be crapping myself too. But having said that, it's not an excuse. The worrying thing for me right now about Onana is he reminds me of Henderson in a way, and Pickford. And what I mean by that is he seems to have this style in goal where when he's anticipating a shot, he crouches down real low and almost makes the goal look twice the size. And he's got no spring in his legs. This is what I mean by it reminds me of, we'd say, like Pickford and Henderson. Henderson and Pickford don't have that jump in their legs. They just kind of go real low, and it's very hard to get the power to spring out. And if you can't spring, you're not getting across and covering anything. And add in the fact that your wrists are just non-existent. It's going to be a long season for him. Now, I do think he can turn it around. Oh, mate, this is the thing. Like, Ten Hag wanted him gone this summer. West Ham offered 30 million. Maguire wanted a 12 million payoff, which is why he's still at the club. Like, on what planet does he think he deserved 12 million payoff? Worst part is we offered him 6 and he turned it down. And all I see at the minute is United fans going crazy about how we beat Brentford 2-1. 2 goals from Scott McTominay. Let's be realistic here. He shouldn't be at the club either. Assist from Maguire. He shouldn't be at the club. It's how poorly we're ran. Like, yeah, I'm happy that they scored the goals and got the assists, we'd say, but objectively speaking, they shouldn't be there on the pitch to get them. Scottish goal. The thing is, like, for starters, we're using McTominay in the wrong type of role. He ain't a holding midfielder. I don't care if he thinks he is, he ain't. At the same time, I wouldn't class him as box to box either. He's more like a Fellaini type player. And I don't mean that to be completely negative, but what I mean by a Fellaini type player is you put long balls up to him, he'll hold them up, he'll knock them down. He has a good engine in him. But like, if you were being brutally honest, he's extremely limited. He's just getting his practice in, exactly. I mean, Scott McTominay, when playing for Man United and starting a game, would say averages about 30 touches in a game. And at central midfield, 30 touches in a game, you're as well off being a ghost. Tell me how in the hell Southgate... Aye, Prattgate is the biggest. I mean, people think I'm being salty because I'm Irish when I say this and our national team is crap anyways. But honestly, I would... If Southgate was in charge of the Irish team, I'd never watch them. And I'm saying this and we've got Kenny in charge. Southgate is the most useless manager. Like, he's getting so hard carried because of the selection he's got available. Oh, McTominay actually started out as a striker, you see. This is the fun thing a lot of people don't realise. When he was coming through the youths, he was actually a striker. He switched to centre-back at 16 and then he got pushed into midfield at 17. Which is, hey, Prattgate picks the most stupid call-ups going, instead of ones that actually deserve to be in there. Tomori, up to his injury, was having a banging time. Smaldini even revitalised back in Italy. Doesn't get called up. Maguire, first name on the sheet. Like, make it make sense. Like again, Tammy Abraham was having a great time before his injury. Didn't get a look at. Speaking of having a great time, I just had one there. Well, like, he... Oh, God. That just happened. Southgate picks through blind loyalty, we'd say. Now, I understand in the national team you have to have a certain level of loyalty. I do. But I mean, loyalty can only go so far. I as well leave my controller down. Pick Stones as far as played the season because of a hamstring issue. But sure, I guarantee I haven't looked at the squad yet, but Calvin Phillips is probably in it. Bowen's starting to be a regular now, but he probably should have been for a while. Like, I'll ask both of you here, who would you have picked in goal? Pickford or Pickford or Ramsdale? Because for some reason, everyone seems to think Pickford is God's gift to football, and I just don't see it. Now, well, I know Pickford has better distribution. You have to remember, England usually play a back five. So, ignoring distribution, I'll go Ramsdale. I have no idea what I'm even supposed to do here, so this is going to be interesting. Oh dear lord. What is this? Oh, this is just one that's going to mess with my brain. Try that. Well, that evidently wasn't the way to go, and I'm pretty sure it was this one we went to before. It was. I mean, I gotta go Ramsdale all day. Yet Southgate will still pick Pickford. Mr. Bang my chest, I've got passion. Have I just absolutely cooked myself here? What is this? Like, I mean, the decisions like that all around. I mean, you're playing a back five, and for some reason you can't get Trenton. Or even we say, like, Sir Reece James doesn't usually start either. You shoehorn other players in. What is this? I'm just tempted to leave my controller down here. I swear I've tried all these already. I tried that other one. Let's go here. Wrong one I know already. Yep. Beautiful stuff. Oh, thank God this time's out soon. Like, thing is, people question why Southgate doesn't get more praise, we'd say, and I am literally sat there going, I don't understand how he still has a job. Like, genuinely. How he still has a job is beyond me. Because, like, objectively speaking, he's got some of the best players to pick from in world football. And still manages to cop things up. I understand having faith in certain players and that blind loyalty will screw you over too. I mean, the fact that Harry Kane is literally the only striker he usually ever uses in any game. Like, if plan A isn't working, you have to have plan B. Like, tell me how, like, the likes of Tammy Abraham or Callum Wilson doesn't get playing. At least at some point. Maddison was another perfect example. Like, they literally were at the World Cup and Maddison didn't see a minute. Not a minute. Like, literally one of the best set-piece deliveries out there, and you don't give him game time. He's got Jude Bellingham in there, arguably the best box-to-box in the world at the moment. What does he do? Puts him in as a holding midfielder 9 times out of 10. Like, that makes sense, especially again considering you're playing a back five. Why would you have him as a holding midfielder? Like, you let him go free. That just baffles me. Oh mate, Jude is an absolute different specimen. And I said England then go using him as a holding midfielder. I mean, it's frightening how good he is for his age. The biggest thing he's got to do is literally keep that head level. Now, obviously, don't lose your edge that he's got, because he does have that edge about him. But, like, at the same time, he's still... There's a fine line between keeping your edge and losing your head altogether. Like, he is on the right track, and he's definitely joined the right club as far as I'm concerned. I got crapped on for saying it, but I never saw him joining Liverpool. Never. I just couldn't see it happening. Grab onto a penguin. This is another new one from me. And as we've seen already, I don't do well with new ones. Give me your little bastard. Yes. Just leave me here with my penguin in the corner. Sounds so wrong. Oh mate, stop. Like literally, getting to play week in, week out with the likes of them. I mean, how could it not aid your development? Like, you imagine being able to go into work every day and pick their brains. Like, that is the beauty at his age, like, to be able to go in every day to Madrid training. And like, just take little aspects of their game and add it to yours. Jude playing as a striker. He could genuinely probably play anywhere if he wanted to. Do you know what I mean? Like, he could probably play anywhere on the pitch, within reason. I mean, he's got the frame, size, pace. This is the one thing I will say is, the best thing he could have done was not move to the Premiership. Because the media build him up to tear him down. Like, whether you like it or not, that is what the English media do. No, yeah, exactly. He's technically speaking, he's the one with the license to roam. Like, he is given the freedom, keys the city, go and do whatever you feel like. And to be fair to him, he does it at such a great level too. Like, I'll put it this way, the world is his oyster, providing he keeps his head on. Like, I don't think there's many other midfielders in his age bracket that can do what he does. Not to jinx him completely, but probably the closest thing I can say that I've seen to him is a young Paul Pogba. And that's what I mean by not to jinx him completely. So whether people want to admit it or not, when Paul Pogba had his head screwed on at an early age, he was an absolute baller. The issue Paul Pogba had, obviously, was more mental than anything. Like, he failed to hold that together. Oh, God. Speaking of failing to hold stuff together mentally. That is what I'm after doing. Well, game over for me. I'm just literally going to take out all the bottom row now. So, Ruben, if you're listening, do not fall down here. Oh, God. Yeah, that's what happens when you panic. Nah, Ruben's definitely got this. He's up here by himself with all this here. This is GG. Is he not retired, by the way? I'm sure I've seen something about that because of his whole drug test thing. He's basically decided to call it a day. Unless that just got baited, but I'm sure I read that somewhere. Because, I mean, the thing is, he tested positive on his backup test as well. Like, there's no way he gets out of it. Plus, in Italy, like, they're always looking for how would I put it? I don't want to say a prime example to be made out of someone, but I mean, it essentially just it puts anyone else off the open, if you get me. It is cool, yeah, but honestly, I'm Paris myself. But they always like, in Italy, they always like to make an example out of someone. And unfortunately, in Pogba's case, he is going to be made the example. Like, there's no way he's getting out of it. And rightfully so, don't get me wrong. Like, he's one of them players for me that pissed his career away. Because technically speaking, again, Pogba had all the attributes to be so much more. And it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but it's the same with Neymar for me. I've said for a few years that too. You imagine Neymar would say with the likes of Ronaldo's drive. How scary that could have been if he had Ronaldo's work ethic and attitude. Like, genuinely, it could have been something else. Unfortunately, it just wasn't there. Jake, 100% back that. And that's not a hindsight thing. It genuinely finished his career. He went to the retirement league before hitting his prime. Like, that was literally a case of chasing the bag. And people were like, oh, but he's only doing it to get out of Messi's spotlight. What did he do? Like, literally, you want to get out of the spotlight, put your head down, outwork him. Exactly. It's like every March he'd always pick up a mysterious injury just in time for his sister's birthday. And he'd be on the piss then for a few weeks. Like, it baffles me how a player with his talent could waste his career like that. Now, obviously, there'll be people that'll tell you, oh, he didn't waste his career, he had a great career. He did have. But is he going to go into the all-time debate list? Absolutely not. He'll be up there with your Robin and your Ribery's of, like, best of the rest debate list. And even the likes of your Gareth Bales. Again, best of the rest. It's like that thing I seen a while back about, is Gareth Bale the best British player of all time? And it's just like, are you taking the piss? Like, he had a great career. Don't take the mick. Best British player of all time? Not even close. And I'm not even going to go biased and say we'd say Scholes, Giggs, or whoever you want from United. I'd even argue Terry, Lampard, Gerrard. You can pick any of them. I'd argue they were better players than Bale. Bale probably had better individual seasons than them. Never, ever could you say he was better than them all together. Like, it's sad to say, but someone like Neymar I would put on par with the likes of a Gareth Bale or a Robin or a Ribery. That they were always in contention, but never going to be it. I say always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I mean, hey, they'll probably look back at it and be content with that, though. And if they are, fair enough. I always just do kind of wonder what if with some of them. Oh, mate, that back injury did do. Like, 100% it did do. But one thing I'll always say is that Brazilian Ronaldo overcame 2 ACLs to the same knee. Seizures. Genuinely awful health scares, we'd say. And still put in the work. Like, still became what you could argue was the best striker of all time. Like, he still put in work for it. This game just hates me today. Okay, I've done that twice in a row. I'm upset. Let's go for the hat-trick. Too tired, I never walked again. Yeah, I do remember reading that. It was one of the most bizarre kind of back fractures, we'd say. I still think, though, like, it's a mentality thing again. I'll give you an example. And although he's currently injured and is not as high profile of the player, Luke Shaw's leg fractured that time. Oh, not this crap. Follow the line that leads to the correct exit. I didn't even see a line last time as such. Look at YOLO. That what I was supposed to be doing? Oh my god. Let's just literally follow everyone else then. Oh my god. You left it, you never. Hey, honestly, the problem with Luke Shaw is his left leg, we'd say, has been. Is it his left leg or his right leg? Can't remember which one actually ended up with the serious damage, but he's been suffering from muscle degeneration in it. He's literally. He might not ever be able to play 3 games a week again. Malacia did his knee in when he came back for pre-season. So he hadn't even played a minute's pre-season this year, never mind an actual season. Then Reguilon, well, I mean Reguilon wasn't the right choice for left back on loan anyways, but that is what it is kind of thing. Live by the sword, die by the sword. We just literally went for Reguilon because he was free as such, or sorry, we paid $1 million I think for his loan fee. The thing is, we loaned out Alvaro Fernandez when we really could have done with him. I mean, I didn't understand getting Reguilon in other than like experience, as in let Alvaro go out on loan, but it made no sense to me. And the thing is, they're all long-term injuries. None of them are short-term, so it's not like we say after the international break we're going to have a left back in contention. We're not. And Wan-Bissaka is looking likely to be out till December, so literally what you've seen today is going to be most likely our back 4, except for Varane being back in when he's fit. That genuinely looks like being our back 4 for the next God knows how long. That's the frightening part. Like, we don't look like we're going to have any other defence in. Unfortunately. What is my blood doing? I do have to question what the medical team actually does with the players. Because again, how can you go and have that many injuries in such a short space of time? Martinez is injured for 3 months, and Varane. See, Varane signed for when he had a knee problem. Like, he had a genuine knee issue in his left knee when he signed. Excuse me. So we signed a centre half with massive experience, but you'd argue in decline. Whereas Real Madrid went out and got Eder Militao as a replacement, we'd say. And they've built from that. Whereas we, like, if you're being constructive, we'd say, along with adding a few criticisms, Martinez won't be. I guarantee he'll have lost the yard of pace. You cannot have that same foot injury and come back the same way. Trust me. I have done Macrusha twice. You're never the same in it. Never. Even mentally more than anything. And mentally is the biggest thing. Go on, Ruben, go for it. I've held them off. Like, you don't come back the same way, but to finish a point I was making about, we'd say, if we're being critical of United, we signed Varane and then we signed Casemiro a year later. In that time frame, Real Madrid went and got Eder Militao and they went and got Jude Bellingham. They got rid of two players that were, you could argue, either at the peak or we'd say getting ready to go over the peak and downwards. Whereas they went and signed two players that they'll have coming into their peak and going into the ascendancy. That is a difference between being a well-run club and a marketing club. Do you know what I mean? Like, they signed two players that are building out their team for the next 10 years. We signed two players hoping that they'll carry us for the next 2 seasons, 3 seasons. Like, there was no game plan there of rebuilding. If that makes sense. Like, we signed players that basically, here and now, get us into top 4, we beg, like. Problem is then, we went into this summer without getting any of, we'd say, targets A and B. Instead, we ended up with targets D and E. Like, while I like Rasmus Højlund, he was not option 1. Harry Kane was. Stevie Wonder could see he was. And Richard Arnold basically turned around and said, we can't get him. Spurs won't negotiate with us. Then we spent £70 million, we'd say, on an unknown striker. I like the guy, don't get me wrong, but he's not that level of striker. He might be one day. But at this moment in time, he is not. Like, the crazy thing is, a £70 million striker is a striker that gets you 30 plus goals a season. I no worries, mate. I appreciate you coming in, by the way. Thanks for that. It's been a lot of fun talking to you, and now, might not have been for you having to listen to me whine, but I'll say I should be doing more of a podcast than the gaming stream. Ah, I love it, mate. Honestly, thank you. I won't lie to you, it won't be too long tonight anyways. That's what she said. How have I just tried to take the hammer and absolutely fluffed it? Again. Really? Alright, game. Come on. Allow it. Yeah, I actually just seen you join the Discord and all. Appreciate that, lad. Full tilt, let's go. Oh dear lord. I swear to God if I fall off there because of that. My God. I am an idiot. Back to Rivals grind, mate. I was gonna say, if you want, in a bit I can do some duos with you. Entirely up to you, of course. Why did my guy jump? Well, technically I've got my Rivals wins I needed, like, don't mind helping you out, although I might be more hindrance than help. What the hell am I supposed to do here? Everything's like gone the wrong way on me. Actually, that's something I have to do and all, and I really don't want to, but I forgot, like, there's actually rewards for that tomorrow too. Which I'll probably be saving for Monday's stream. Especially as the most likely player picks Monday. And don't be surprised to see a David Beckham SBC Monday too. Because I imagine they're going to drop it sooner rather than later, because the fact is the content has been so dry. I've been realistic. Today they gave us a Diogo Carlos SBC. And some more objectives. And that's literally it. All I've been doing in squad battles is like setting it to professional, which I know should be going to a higher level, but I've been putting in like 2 Eredivisie cards and 2 of each one just to do all the other. Just to do all like the mini objectives and stuff. To get all the cards in, but I mean, it's dead. Thing is, like, I'm doing all them objectives and I'll probably never use any of them. Just kind of doing it for the sake of doing them, though. Oh my god, it is so dead. The only thing is, like, thankfully they're 4-minute halves, because if it wasn't, I don't think I'd be able to touch it. Like I said, even the likes of... Oh, you bought them! You've made profit on him then, because last I checked his price had gone up quite a bit. I was thinking he was too cheap for that card. It's dreadful, yeah. Like, it's... Content-wise, like, we've gotten nothing to even look forward to so far. Like, we do need Icon SBCs, or even League SBCs, even though it's too soon for them, they'll never bring them yet. We need something repeatable to grind, like, because at the minute it's just a case of log on at 6 o'clock, see what's out, alright, log off, because it ain't worth doing. I think that's why FUT Champs at the minute is so difficult, because the casuals aren't playing, because what's to play for? Like, there's nothing there to play for at the minute. Like, if you missed out on a week, what are you missing? Like, if you were being honest. Yeah, I keep slide tech. But genuinely speaking, like, you're not missing anything from the first couple of weeks that you wouldn't be able to catch up on if you weren't playing the game hard for a week. Other than, we'd say, match sharpness. And what I mean by match sharpness is just like not being completely terrible at the game. But, like, I don't know, they need to do something, and quickly. Like, if you even look at the amount of items that are on the market at the minute, that tells you the state of the game. This time last year, there was over 11 million items on the market daily, and up as high as 13 million at one point. I don't think I've seen, like, it higher than 7. And technically speaking, there's more actual gold cards in the game and players that you'll pack. That's the crazy part. Like, there should be even more on the market than ever before now. Like, even from a trading point of view, which is something I usually do a lot of, I've not even been as arsed as I normally would. Normally, at this point in the game, I'd have like 1.5 mil, give or take. I'd be trading my ass off once I've finished playing games and that. I've not done any as such the last few days. I've no motivation, because what's there to grind? Like, trade my backside off, what am I getting? UE was supposed to come on Monday, but postponed to Wednesday apparently. Of course they have. What the hell? Having said that, I've not finished the bronze one, and I don't think I will be. Because I really cannot be arsed taking an 80 rated card into mid-say rivals. I don't know, they've really dropped the bag with it. Alright, I'm just checking something out here. Just checking to see if Sheriff had even put anything out content-wise, but nothing. It's a mystery to me what they're actually doing with the game. I mean, the thing is, people will tell you, right, oh, like, you know, you don't want the power curve to be high at the start, so why are you complaining that it's not put stuff out? That they're slow releasing it. But I mean, you can put stuff out that doesn't have to be like highly stupidly rated. Like, you could put out, would say, 85 rated cards in a cup mode. At least it'd be something to do. They don't have to be broken, just give us unusual cards, we'll take them. I'm sure you'd take, we'd say, a random silver card from West Ham upgraded to an 85. Like, you'd grind out the menus for it, you'd grind out the cup mode for it. Because it's something different, and you'd never have that card normally. I mean, there was a dynamic duo leaked, was it yesterday? It's the thing, like, it doesn't even have to be Evos as such. Like, why can't they just release a silver tournament, we'd say, or a gold card tournament? No game limit either. That bullshit needs to go. You know, the usual crap of win 7 games, score 10 goals, get 5 assists, get like an 83 rated random silver from West Ham as the reward. Add different cards like that to it. Don't just put them in as objectives where you play a few squad battles and that's it, done. It's boring. Like, who really cares about it? And that's the reality, like. Until they do something like that, it's a bit ropes. Speaking of ropes, give me the penguin. No, God, no.
Aww.
This is the thing, like, they gave us that bronze evolution thing and you couldn't get half the bronze cards you wanted. And they made it very specific. And the last segment then is using that card in Rivals. And scoring goals in Rivals with that card. It's like, do you not realise how difficult it is to score goals in general? Don't be making me play Rivals with them, Jesus Christ. No, Ruben's gone. He must be done. I might do one random squad one, so just to see we haven't quite reached the 2 hour mark. Well, at least like I'd at least like to hit that. Yeah, it's just frustrating though. Like, it's a weird one when you consider, like, in the season past, like, they gave you, like, an 83 by 10, like, so early. And yet they're not giving you anything to properly grind. It genuinely feels like it's a pack-driven year. And that's fine for some people, but I just find it a bit mid that they're focused on packs so hard rather than... Like, you want people to play a game and grind it out. Like, even when you look at, like, ways of earning experience points at the minute, like, what is there for you to actually do to level up that you haven't already done, I mean? Yeah, no worries, Ruben, I understand, mate. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll be ending pretty soon anyway, so I'd call it good timing. I figured it out in the end. You follow the path on the floor, isn't it? From that start point. I think. Yeah, but okay. Follow the line, yeah, okay. Thank you for that. I get you. Oh, excuse me. Wow. You can see what I mean by when it comes to Fall Guys at the minute, though, for streaming wise. Like, there's not too many randoms coming in looking at it, unfortunately. It's just kind of where the game is at the minute. Which is a shame. Like I said, a season could come along where that changes and they like up the game completely. They do need to kind of do something with it. Because the interest isn't there that it used to be. No way, why is that? Why have they done that? There we go. Like, there used to be a lot more interest in this game. Well, I watched on my phone by the... Okay. Sorry. What am I doing? Alright, time to focus up, because I'm just being absolutely stupid there. Okay, I get you. Ah, exactly, we got our wins, that's the most important thing. And had a bit of fun with it. Oh, fair play. I do hope they do, we'd say in the next update, they kind of properly overhaul it a bit. As I said, even when I look on YouTube gaming itself, it's nowhere to be seen. Like currently Ark, Roblox, GTA, PUBG, Counter-Strike, Arena, Fortnite, Mobile Legends, Disney Speedstorm, whatever that is, Minecraft, Starfield. They're all top 10 plus. Skyrim, Modern Warfare, EA Sports, Warzone, Among Us, League of Legends, blah 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 blah. Like, Fall Guys isn't even anywhere near at this moment in time. Tiptoe Finale is back. Hopefully the bug where you can frame perfect. Because obviously I'm sure Epic Games are looking at it and going, right, we'll need to... We've got Fortnite back to being popular to watch. We need to do something similar with Fall Guys. At least I hope that's what they've got planned, that they have some sort of plan for it. Or you'd like to think they do at least. How have I been so stupid there? Oh, I have no interest in Fortnite either. To be honest, it's just not my thing. I don't mind the zero build mode. But it's just... I don't know. Rocket League, I get why people like it. I do. But again, not really my thing. I do see the appeal of it. It's just a bit... It's like the one again, OG. I get you, I get you. No, like I said, I do understand the appeal of it. It's just like everyone kind of has their own personal taste. And for me, I wouldn't be... I'd watch it if you get me. I'd watch someone play it. I just wouldn't stream it myself. I wouldn't be that into it, if you know what I mean. The thing is, when you're streaming games and stuff, if you're not into it, people will tell very quickly that you're not into it. You know what I mean? It's very easy to come across on stream when he's not enjoying this, so... It's the one thing I always say about streaming, you can tell very quickly if someone likes the game or not when they're playing it. Because it's hard to hide something you don't like. If you're not enjoying the game, it's you ain't hiding. Like your frustrations will come out. I'll be diabetic. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Streamlabs is drunk. What am I doing? Oh, I knew I was gonna get nudged mid-air there. By the way, the wall's lower a bit. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Really tired today. I must check your videos out. After this game, I'm actually gonna end stream, so I will check them out. Because to be fair, you've got quite a few views on some of them. You're doing really well when it comes to it. Teammates can't push up and be a bit faster, yeah. I mean, for once it wasn't me letting it down, so you know. No, I was just saying, I was just looking at your videos there. You do have quite a few views on some of them. So you've been doing really well, I say.
Aw.
Ow! Oh, excuse me, it's just stretching out there. It's been a long ass day for me. I've been on the go since about 5:30 this morning. And it is now 10 to 10. Oh. So apologies, but I'm actually going to call this one here. Bonus 22k. Yeah, I seen that. Mad. Doesn't matter if it's a long time ago, it's still mad, honestly. Mad respect for it too. So, I'm going to call this one here. Appreciate everyone that came by. Not sure if I'm streaming tomorrow or not yet. Haven't decided. I might actually take tomorrow off, but we'll see. I'll pop in the Discord anyways if I do have any plans. We'll take it from there. Aramis is streaming champs. Okay. Well, just as we're going to pop in there and say hi to the boy, of course. I'm assuming he's only just started. No, I know it's not your thing, Ruben, but if you just pop in there, even just say hi and like the stream, it'd help him out massively. Appreciate it, everyone. Just jump in there to let him know I sent you. And I will catch you all in a bit, in peace.